Shalom. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love and salutation to you, Akim, out there teaching this word in the truth and sincerity. In the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I want to get into a very important topic. I'm going to try to keep it brief. And Allah willing, it be edifying and help you brothers out. Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. It reads, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath for the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the Sabbath the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it." And right, man, the Lord had blessed the Sabbath day. He had sanctified it. Every week it's a holy day, and that holy day is the Sabbath. When you go into the Zion Van Bible Dictionary, and you look up the word holy, one of the first definitions is separate. And that day right there should be separate. The Lord separated that day, sanctified it, and hallowed it, and we got to keep it with us throughout all our generations. I'm going to grab another precept real quick. In the book of Nehemiah, it's a very small book. It's in the back of Ezra. Let me try to grab it real quick. Salakia. But it's Thursday right now. The Shabbat had dropped. It had ended yesterday evening. And like a lot of stuff be happening on the Sabbath day. Like the Lord would definitely make it possible for where, say for instance, it's a Eve. Like you talking like to an Eve, whatever like that. Y'all kicking it. She busy, you busy. You working, she working. But us, we're in this truth. So like our Saturdays be all it be like towards the Lord. So it's like you're not gonna leave camp or not go to camp to be with no woman, So it's like you gotta find time to do your own thing, And the Lord will make it definite to where you have to make that sacrifice, especially on the Sabbath, But I got it right here. The book of Nehemiah, chapter 9, verse 13. It reads, "Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai and spakest with them from heaven, and gavest them right judgments and true laws, good statutes and commandments, and madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath, and commanded them precepts, statutes, and commandments." Slakia, I had to jump back up. It says, "And madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath, and commandments, them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Moses thy servant." And right, man, so it's like throughout all our generations, all the prophets have made it known for us to keep the Sabbath day, It should be in our mind to always keep the Sabbath day, and most importantly, keep it holy, because like a lot of shit can happen on the Sabbath. But back to the example I was making, the Lord will make it possible to where you cannot have time like for an Eve or a chick, and like she say, let's let's go out to eat on this day, and that day could actually be the Sabbath. So what the hell you gonna do when you gonna break the Sabbath to hang out with a chick? You might end up popping her, In the scriptures it says don't do your own pleasures on the Sabbath. I'm gonna grab it real quick. It's in the book of I think the book of Isaiah chapter 56. Lock it, brothers. Book of Isaiah chapter 56, verse 2. It says, "Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keeping his hand from doing any evil." And right, man, so it says you shouldn't pollute the Sabbath, You shouldn't do any of your pleasures on a Sabbath day. And you know that Eve or whatever like that, you had met, y'all barely had time, but she made it possible. But she made it possible that she could kick it with you on the Sabbath day. You might end up polluting the Sabbath. You like, well, shit. All you doing, brother, is getting some ass on the Sabbath day. Hey, that's your own pleasures. The Lord had told you to refrain from your own pleasures on the Sabbath day. You know, because like the whole purpose of having sex is to procreate. You know, is to repopulate. And I'll be damned if you about to lay down with her to have a Planned Parenthood. You know, like yeah, I'm about to busting this tonight. You know, damn well you're not busting aside that you just having sex just to get pleased. You know. So it's like you're doing your own pleasures on the Sabbath day, and the Lord said you shouldn't do that. You know, refrain from your own pleasures. You got to keep that day holy. Let me grab another precept. The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 13. It reads, "If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day." Right, see, there it is right there. You got to refrain from doing thy own pleasures on the Lord holy day. All right, from the top again. "If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words." Thy own words, right there, because you got certain brothers, you know, they might feel like, like listening to rap or busting the freestyles on the holy day, you know what I mean? Like, which is the Shabbat. You know, you got to refrain from your own pleasures, you know? That's, idle words. You know, like you ride inside your car, man, you listen to Busta Rhymes and shit. Hoo-ah! You know, like you going off right there, you know? Like it's something that's small and minute, but the Lord could definitely bust your ass for it, you know? The book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 9. Matter of fact, it's right here. Shlaki, it's verse 8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways." Right, man? So something that you might feel that is a minute, the Lord might feel that's serious right there, you know? So, like rap songs and shit like that on the Sabbath, you know, if it click in your mind, like, man, I'm going off, more than likely you going off. You know, if it cross your mind that you going off for listening to rap music on the Sabbath, if you gotta think about it, man, like you going off right there, you know. It's best to probably just listen to what's that, 1010 Wins. They got different news networks, or just listen to instrumentals, you know, because sometimes instrumentals, you know, like rap instrumentals, or probably like jazz. Certain music, hit different frequencies to open up your mind. And you know, that ride inside your car just listening to news or jazz or instrumentals can help you bring out a lesson. You know what I mean? Like getting into the work and keeping the Sabbath holy. Let me grab some more. The book of Second Peter's. You know, because some brothers know. I mean, I ain't trying to bash brothers though, but it's like, if you know that it's the Shabbat, don't take it lightly. The book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 21. "For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness, than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them." And right, keeping the Shabbat, that's a holy commandment right there, man. You know, it's like if you didn't know what you was doing was off on a Sabbath, now that you know and you still continue to do this shit, the Lord could bust your ass, you know? And how the Lord get down, it's up like to the Lord to bust your ass, you know? Like he could like have you get like into like a car accident, get a ticket, you know, oversleep for work. Something that's small, you know? That's something real small. But the Lord could definitely get down and dirty to you. I'm going to jump back to the book of Exodus. I believe it's in the 31st chapter. The book of Exodus, chapter 31. I think it's right here. It says, verse 15, it says, 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. Right, man? So the Lord could definitely put your ass to death on the Sabbath day, you know? But like say it's a day that you gotta work, and it's a Sabbath day. You know what I mean? The Lord knows that you gotta work. You gotta render the season the things of season. Roughly paraphrasing. But if you offer work and they call you in for overtime, and you just say, hey, fuck it, I'm about to go get this extra 8 hours, and it's a Sabbath, the Lord will probably bust your ass, man. You know? The Most High will probably have it possible to where you'll work that 8 hours, get that extra grip, them extra shekels in your pocket, and you just might get robbed for your whole fucking paycheck, man. You know, man. So you definitely got to pay attention, and like keep the Sabbath day holy. You know, it might seem like it's like real minute, but just like Isaiah 55:9 says, verse 8 says, it says that your thoughts are not my thoughts, your ways are not my ways. You know, but the Most High definitely gives us grace, but we shouldn't abuse grace. What's that? Romans chapter 6. Let me grab that real quick. Romans 6. Romans 6, chapter 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. Right, man. So it says, because we are given grace, we are probably got to go to work. The Most High understand that, He giving us grace. But don't abuse your grace, man, sin, man. The book of Romans chapter 9, verse 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. And right, man, so it's like the Lord will bust a brother ass that knows better and not bust another brother ass, Or that judgment might be heavier up on one brother for breaking the Shabbat than another brother, It's up to the Lord. But it's up for you to keep that Sabbath day holy unto the Lord, And and hopefully, man, and brothers was edified and could help encourage brothers to keep the Sabbath day and to stop the certain things that they're doing. Like as far as like having sex, that's going off. Getting extra overtime on your day off. On the Sabbath day, that's going off. It's best to do the work, remain humble as possible. Don't speak no idle words, busting freestyles and shit like that. Like just try to keep it holy as possible, man, unto the Lord. The commandments of the Lord are not grievous. And that's how you got to think about it. And with that, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love and salutation to you, Akim, out there teaching His word in truth and sincerity. In the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Shalom, death to America.